Saturday Showdown, D plus Kia versus Gen G Esports.
Towards Paulo, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Poppy is a consistent frontline, as we do see the Caitlyn Brum come back again, which when it comes to the execution is a bit rough, but it should provide you a good amount of shove. It goes well together with the Ezreal, because my problem with this is that it just doesn't feel like playing an engage support into something like the Brum Caitlyn is really going to go very well.
Yeah. See the Ezreal, see the Corki, a lot of top picks. We'll see if it's enough to get them across the line. Let's hop into the rift for game number 1.
3 minutes something nonetheless. We will have Morgan taking a peek here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what he's going to be able to do outside of a little bit of harass. And Italy doesn't really care too much about that. As, by the way, Guma has only lost 1 game on Caitlyn.
Shouldn't come as a big surprise if you have seen T1 play before. Guma is Caitlyn. It doesn't get pulled out too often, but whenever it does feel like it really hits the spot. Trying to maintain that, you know, Death Jinx win rate of like a year or 2 ago, it did really take a big beating at some point.
Pulbe?
Pulbe is, just gonna flash, and obviously the player really struggling, but it also again beckons the question.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just walked back in the auto range.
Yeah, I have no idea why he did that. Something that that shouldn't happen. Youngjae, this is the core issue, I think, as to why we see so many Zyra struggles. Like, once you start falling behind,
Youngjae's going to take a huge amount of damage. He steps on a trap, so the extended range for the Nidalee goes in, and Owner and Faker just bullying Youngjae in between turrets.
Might be able to do something here.
Well, Paulo's going to miss his stun, and now he's in a lot of trouble. The Ignite comes down, and they get pushed away as Carry is able to push past the turret himself. And already this game is off the rails, Chronicler.
Skirmishes against T1, but at the very least it would have been playable, as Paulo should be able to get out, but Faker's chasing.
Yeah, Faker is chasing. He knows he has that Brom to try
Down
to
the
set up,
member.
but now he's going to ult Morgan away as Morgan taking a ton of damage. Faker just frontlining as Tristana doesn't care. And as you mentioned, they are down a member, so T1 certainly getting in there and trying to make their case, but eventually it's a double kill for Pulbe. You know, I think T1 coming to this matchup and they know they're the big favorites and they're playing like it, but sometimes that gets T1 in trouble. We'll see if it gets them in trouble here, as Cario will be fine. He holds up the door. As Owner, he's level 6. He's putting on a lot of pressure just by himself.
You're gonna look to simultaneously get your own jungler ahead.
Uh-oh.
As, yeah, that's... Oh, he got it!
He actually got it, but he's also going to get his death here. You're not getting away from this Nidalee that has flash, as the root does come in. And no, not the disengage cone, please! It's a disengage cone.
Oh, despair!
Oh, no, he's going to get away. Why is that cone there? Just to save his life for no reason.
As Morgan, this is Poppy, notoriously hard to dive, but I do think that they have the tools.
He does have his ult. He is going to knock the Nidalee away, and that should be enough.
Well, it's still going to lose the turret.
Yeah.
So it's something. They got grubs.
5 grubs. Not bad. But at the end of the day, now they're trying to dive onto Zeus, even a TP, and there's 4 people here against Cassante. Surely they just kill him, right? As a lot of damage is going into Youngjae and Paulo, and now Owner is here. Zeus still alive, as the damage will eventually take him down, but Owner is just feasting on the members of Bro that are behind this turret. As Faker is here as well, a dump over the top. Faker looking for another kill as an ult goes into the Poppy, and now Faker's jumping in again. And Envy here by himself has to flash away. Very nice ult himself, nearly takes off Faker's head.
Could be a moment.
All right, there's the flash, nicely done, and the hop is going to be canceled. Faker, he's just pushing forward. He knows he's dead, but trying to take out Envy here, might be able to. The flash forward, and he will be punished for that. As down he will go. Plate's still up, by the way, as Guma collects another one in the mid lane.
I can't believe they're still up. It feels like this is one of those games where Plate should have gone down a while back. And Guma just continuing to PvE.
Oh, no.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Just gets stunned by Braum. Doesn't respect the Braum. You have to respect that stun coming through. The second that goes down, a trap right under you, and you're not getting away. So Pulbe's dead once again.
Mid lane turret's going to fall as well. I think Guma's goal was to get as many plates as possible. Maybe he watched Games Done Quick, you know, lost last week. He's trying to get the speed running.
It's on replay now, by the way.
Yeah, he's not.
What's going on here? He's just going to kill the Ezreal, as there was so much damage done to him by Guma that Zeus was like, yeah, I guess I just kill him. Yeah. It's not okay. Well, now we're TPing behind Pole Bay, who didn't realize that there was a ward there. Now, TPs are coming in from Bro as the stun is going to hit. The spear is not going to hit as a massive Magnet Storm is going to get the front line of T1 as they will be punished for their happy gaming. Bro, get in there and clean up a couple of them. And what can they get off of this is really the main question.
Here, look at that. No damage taken. Just wants to get his turrets, man.
Area is just here by himself as I think he should be okay just because Owner is nearby and is level 12 as now the stun comes down onto Palu. And T1 don't seem to have a big interest in the Drake itself.
It's fine. Yeah. It's just I told you!
They're actually just going for the inhib. They don't care about the Drakes. The Drakes are fake. They're false. They're not real.
Drakes can't hurt you, Valdez.
I can't see the Drakes. And now they're just going to start the Baron because of all the pressure they have. They might as well. They're so far ahead. It's 10,000 gold. Almost. 9,000. Close enough. Oh, no. Carry even going to get in front of the True Shot Barrage.
This is very early, though. They don't have that much damage. Maybe...
Where's Young Jay? He's not in position. He's not going to get there on time. The slow is there, and he just can't get in there to smite it as, yeah, now they're thinking about engaging as MD getting a little bit close to the sun. A lot of traps here as well. Nice Magnet Storm. Only going to hit the Braum, though, so not very nice, actually. I take that back. Cancel the nice. As now Zeus is going 1v2, 1v3 in the backline, gets the knockup, forces the flash, does die, as everybody is super low and Guma is charging into everybody, flashing forward onto Envy, and will take him down. And maybe T1 just end the game now.
I think this Nexus should drop.
All right, well, Palu
trap
behind enemy lines, which is their own lane. Faker is going to flash and jump away, and Zeus now 1v5 in the backline himself. I feel like a lot of T1 members are like, please just end the game already. I want to go home. As Zeus, oh no, still alive here, gonna get a heal from Owner. As Faker goes over the wall, they take out Envy, and you are right, Chronicler, this is not the same game that these two teams are playing. Keria goes down. Meanwhile, once again, Guma is frontlining against 4 people, and he doesn't have to care because they are just so far ahead.
Oh boy. I wonder what actually I don't think Guma got a final. Maybe it was the Collector plus red buff that got the kill. It wouldn't have mattered.
He's got 3 items.
He does.
Oh.
Yeah, he went in, right? Valdez?
Very proactive. Love that. And Morgan is going to go down, as will this turret on the Nexus. And Faker is just going to jump into them. T1 do not care, as Faker will take him down. And the Nexus will fall at 23.5 minutes for T1's first victory.
Gone in seconds, and T1 they didn't lose a single one. 10-0.
Yeah. Including the Renekton. Although Renekton, I feel like, does do a decent job in this one, as Misfortune going to be picked up alongside of Rel.
For Breon here, if you didn't look at the T1 champions, I'd be like, man, that's good.
Once again, like what happened in game number 1. Guys, let's get ready. Let's hop into the rip for game number 2.
A lot of games that they weren't supposed to, and I feel like that just hasn't really been the case. Faker going for Fleet this time around. I'm pretty sure he went PTA last time. So he's going to have the extra sustain. Same for Karis. Movement speed also nice. Picking Nautilus into Renata is about as unfun as it gets. So that does make sense to me, as Morgan doesn't have his E.
Yeah, it's just a bait here. The red buff coming down, and Morgan's just dead. I mean, he has flash, but he's not even going to bother to use it. That's first blood going over to Owner. Very nicely baited out here by Zeus, as it was looking a little bit dicey for him, but just meant that Owner gets the kill, as the handshake is going to miss. But now Palu's very out of position here against the Callista, as the Ren comes out, and he nearly loses his life as well. Bottom side clear into Dragon, which is very fast for Brand. And he's just very far ahead. That's an early Chemtech Drake.
But like, realistically, she's so hard to lock down. Oh no.
Yeah, Morgan's in a lot of trouble here. Just gets pulled back into multiple members. His Owner is even here as well. The preemptive swap coming out from T1. Well, they might be approaching this turret once Paulo comes here, but with Brand nearby, with Owner here, they're not winning this trade. It is a 3v2, and they don't seem to identify that. Oh, the handshake is just dirty, as Paulo in a lot of trouble. Faker going to flash into the charge from the Sejuani, and yeah, he's going to die. So, nice little play traded back here from Bro, and actually Paulo did stay alive.
That's a pretty big win here.
As his Zeke's completed. Carry a level 5 here, looking for another cheeky handshake. And there it is.
We've already had 2 examples of people flashing into skill shots. So we had Paulo, who didn't die, and then Faker, who did die. Behind more than 1k gold, that's not too bad.
Not too bad. Look at this. Predicting Owner coming in, and Young Jay gonna get ahead of the T1 jungler, as yes, the ult will be thrown in. That's a lot of damage. Faker not gonna get the jump in time. Now he's gonna jump towards the north, but he's going down. That's a solo kill from Karis over Faker, and he will be punished.
Any bro levers out there? Owner tries to cut corners. They goes in, not having any vision in the brush, just gets found by Young Jay. Ahead of the curve on that one. And then in mid, Karis just gets the outplay. Ooh, Feldes have an inkling as, yeah. Faker just jumped in. And then he gets the reset, but at that point it's obviously already too late. It's caught off guard, like by just the edge of that ultimate. We do see a potential dive being set up here.
That's a handshake already. Paulo in a little bit of trouble, but he's not going to get hit by 3 abilities from Owner. As now it's actually T1 who are in trouble as a massive sweep. The Wombo! It comes to life! As Bro will pick up the kills. They will take down 3 members of T1. Faker does get in and takes out Paulo, but man, now we know what this comp does.
Paulo and Morgan heroically trying to keep this turret alive. I don't think they can.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening. The Magnet Storm, very lackluster, and the TP is going to get canceled. That's just not going to happen, as now it's a 3v2, make it a 4v2. Is Guma going to join up? Morgan, not very long for this world. The only question is, who do they give the kill to? It will be, in fact, Faker, unsurprisingly, who will pick up that kill.
Playing on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Already, don't really need to go for this. Should be able to get mid lane with the mites. So that's it's not the end of the world for Brian. It just means that T1 is in a much better position, and I think realistically they should be in this game. I think maybe, how are you doing, Veldes? Is the fatigue setting in for you? Because maybe that's what's happening here. To see what Brian can do. They are posturing pretty aggressively towards his bot side jungle. There's no objective up right now. I want to look for a fight. I don't know, maybe over the blue buff? Could be. These choke points are good for Brian though.
It is a very nice choke point, but you want to elect to just get out of there. Zeus is going to be ulted himself. He does have flash, but he doesn't want to use it, as now he will at the very end. Also, we do see the hostile takeover just sailing by. That is going to force Bro out of the choke, and they will 100% know as TP now utilized by Zeus. But Bro, they get the TP out of Zeus.
That's clean.
But they keep this leash. Faker just going to...
That's not...
Yeah, gonna dash into 5 people, I guess. The fight's still going as Owner's in a lot of trouble. Down he goes. As Carrier gonna handshake here. That's a double kill for the MF, who is now 5-0.
They're just outplaying them straight up.
True. It's not too difficult to do.
T1.
But they're doing it.
Karis actually should be able to just get the top side inhib.
Yeah, he should be able to get this inhib. Meanwhile, Faker trying to go back, but it's too late. I mean, this inhibitor is already going down. So he's gonna give up on that. He goes mid. And now the TP's coming out from Karis, actually. The inhibitor already taken down. And T1 going to respect that TP and try to back away out of this one.
Feldes. Well, they really wanted to try. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case.
Oh, they're going bot. And there's zero vision in this jungle right now for Bro. Actually, there's one ward, sorry.
Like, they don't win. I don't think they win. Even with Tristana, I don't think they win the base race with the state of the wave.
I think they do.
Because they don't have any control of the jungle outside of that. Brian, are they going to risk it?
I think they are. Owner has flash as well as he goes in very early, and it will go the way of Sejuani. Young Jay gets the spike down. T1 in an awful spot, but now they have the front to back here. Morgan is going to go down. Carrier gets the bailout, and now Casante is going insane, but Faker in a really rough spot. He's going to go down. Guma and Zeus, the only ones left alive here, but the core of Bro are still here, still pushing, and they have a Baron buff once again. as they try to get on top of Guma. He's hopping around, he's trying to dodge, and he has dodged everything until that last stun. And he will be taken down as Bro, 3 members strong.
6k gold lead, another Baron goes
Look
their
at
way.
how fast the MF is. He's sprinting through the jungle, and Faker's left all alone. Down he goes. Doesn't even have a chance to flash away.
I think that's it. Actually, I think that's should be enough. They can just push bot side in now, get the inhib there. And Brion, they're gonna get the game win. It's looking like Veldes.
Not surprising to me in the slightest.
He called it at the top of day.
Yeah. And Bro, they're pushing. They have the Red Bull Baron power play ticking. They have 3,000 gold from that one. As the wave clear is there with the brand and, you know, even the Cassante. But it's still going to be 2 inhibitors at least, and actually with the top inhibitor already down, that will be number 3 once the mid inhibitor does go down. Deathless game so far for Youngjae and Karis. Just really clean stuff from the side of Bro, as they will punish T1, it looks like, in this second game, unless T1 can pull off the immaculate and miracle holds here, as they are going to get on top of Karis. He does go into his Zhonya's as he's just tanking the MF ult, but he doesn't seem to care. Down will go Karis, as T1 actually do have a chance here. The flash in from Morgan Guma is fine, but Zeus is not, and this MF is just way too large as Samber going to take them all down. Faker gets stunned, and Bro is going to win game number 2. And a potential Penta to come in here of Samber.
No.
Can get close, but he's not going to risk it. Bro just wants the win, and they will have it against T1. It didn't happen, as 32 minutes was the score, or the time rather, for Bro. They just opt for that duo once again, as it could have been the Ezreal, but instead, it's just going to be Jhin. As it looks like we are ready, let's hop into the rift for game number 3. You know, I've heard before that Korean pro gamers sometimes just like to choose random names, right? Or like random words, English words, right? Because they have to have an English name as their ID. I swear. Well, that's a nice little stun. He's going to push him into the turret, but actually Faker's in a lot of trouble. The solo kill again, as Karis will go down and has to use his flash to do it, but he gets that extra 100 gold. It's happening. Now, Youngjae's going to find the boar and Sejuani. As, yeah, Owner's just 1v2 right now, and he's in a bit of trouble. They want to try to turn this nice knock-up, but Owner's just so low. The flash over the wall, the Q gets it done, as Owner does not respect the 2v1. And now Faker's in a lot of trouble himself. He has to flash, so there goes your flash advantage, as even now Karis' flash will come up first.
Veldes?
It's happening. All the Bro levers will be... That doesn't matter.
Morgan,
it's not real.
Did pick that.
We do have a wall coming down here, but everybody gets over the wall. So T1 should be able to take both of
they're going back.
Grubs. Wait, they're okay.
Okay, they're not going back.
They did go back.
I really think they shouldn't have. So that's good that they don't.
And
but it is.
Yeah, Morgan's dead. He does have flash, so maybe he can flash out of this one, but the hop has larger range, and there's the counter-strike flash on in from Owner, and the boomerang gets the job done. So the inevitable punish that we were talking about, that you called Chronicler, does come through on top of the CS that was denied.
And he has no TP.
He's so far behind. Looks like T1 are going to take down 5 grubs, unless Karis and Palu can say something about it. Here they come, but the Meganar timing is also going to go down, but now the engage comes in from Keria. Here's another wall, and Palu is in a lot of trouble as he has to flash away, but the knockup is going to catch Karis out of midair. The turn, trying to come out, though. Karis pushing forward, jumping into everybody. He does get the kill, and he jumps away. Karis able to make it happen. Only Palu has gone down. As now Morgan trying to be relevant, and I think, unfortunately, the timer has run out on this fight, as Zeus is going to come in, and there's the knockup from Keria as well. And the Gnar is too strong. It was looking so good, but eventually the fight went too long, and Zeus just popped off. And it's going to be Morgan going bot here to go up against Guma for now, as the rest of the team is going to commit to the Rift Herald. You just had your top laner TP out of this one, and Zeus has his TP. So
there he comes.
Now Guma isn't here, and the turn is coming in, but the Rakan play is fantastic. Is it enough to save Owner? As, that blast code not going to help him actually as Karis, he is on something today, and the shots from the Jhin are so big from Samber. As now we do have Zeus, he is isolated, and they get the shutdown onto Morgan as well. Bro are coming back, they call the bluff of T1.
With the members' advantage there, we do see Samber is on his way. He doesn't have the ultimate just yet, and he can't walk for this jungle. This is T1 territory.
Well, it's going to be Guma getting engaged on as Palu wants to deny the T1 territory, as now we got TPs coming in here. Guma in a lot of trouble. He's not able to Featherstorm until the very last moment, but the pullback is huge. It doesn't matter. Karis is on the hunt once again, charging into multiple members as down will go Faker.
They're doing it!
And Morgan, he's got another Counter-Strike. He's going to live, bro. They're winning another fight, down 3K, as the hit here from Youngjae is huge. He stays alive, but the Meganar not gonna be enough. Karis is just going off in this one. Karis and Samber, they sub in for game number 2. They shut it down in game number 3 as well, and bro, they're still behind, but they're coming back.
That's an ace!
And, you know, T1 still haven't fought on their terms yet, so let's see how this one looks as the ult goes straight into Youngjae. That's not going to be good. A lot of damage being thrown into Palu. Those are not the right targets for T1, but Palu eventually does get low. The steal on the Dragon as well, and Youngjae is low himself. A lot of low health bars here on the side of T1. Faker going to be isolated. And now the forced Featherstorm as well from Samber onto Guma. As meanwhile, Youngjae trying to go 1v2 against Keria and Zeus, not really working out, but Karis once again unchecked, and the frontliner that is Morgan is huge as another hop comes in. Karis looking to take down Guma and Owner, not going to be able to, but does push them away.
I mean,
it feels like a Tristana playground right now. Like, they're using everything into Leona, into Maokai, and then Karis is jumping from person to person and getting a million assists. Like, he's not getting kills, which is kind of funny, but he's just unchecked. And Samber, there's no engage onto him either, as now maybe an opportunity here for T1 as Palu a bit out of position. Youngjae being chased as well, as Palu might just have to be left here as a sacrifice. The wall does come down, and Palu not even going to flash. So down goes the bro supports. As T1 now, they're not going to be asking twice. They're just going to go for the Baron.
Yeah, big thing here is that they also used a lot of cooldowns. Samber does have his ultimate. I think that Jhin ult is going to be big.
Oh, the flash on in. They want to isolate. Zeyu says the Steric shield is massive, though, and now a huge Gnar ult is going to win this one for T1. You would imagine Morgan being chased down, and he will eventually go down as well. Samber still firing shots. Owner trying to block here. Faker still going to eat a bunch of damage. A lot of poke did go down onto T1. Even the sapling, you talked about this actually in the draft. As well, that's not going to hit Youngjae, but Samber looks like he will be isolated and killed. So it does work out in the end for T1.
I think they should be able to zone him away. The health bars are low, but I don't think it's going to matter. And T1 get the Baron. That should be enough to regain control of this game.
Doesn't get any CC on him, and he's just jumping around. Speaking of which, in live, we have him being bullied, and down he will go. So T1, they find him, they save their CC for him, and Owner will make it happen.
The Magic Might have passed. Rion going to try and look for something here. No ult on Samver, though. So Youngjae just going for an ult to try and keep this mid lane turret alive for a little bit longer. If on the next wave, it is still going to drop.
He wouldn't have the Sterics, he wouldn't live. And this is what happened afterwards. This is how Karis got caught. Just trying to trade with Zeus and a nice flash, but then eventually, you know, the rest of the squad rolls up.
Yeah, nice ult from Zeus there. Imagine he wants to look towards a Thorn Mail.
This is a very interesting fight as the Solar Flare goes very wide and Morgan's dead and so is Palu.
I guess that's just it.
Just not expecting them to stay.
That can't be how it ends.
Just not expecting them to stay, and they're like, hey, maybe they're here. Oh, we're dead. T1's wallets are very large at this point in time. As here comes the quickness. Karis will be caught this time around as the follow-up comes in, and Karis does hop away, but Owner also very tanky, and again, Zeus is unkillable. It looks like T1, they've had their fun tonight, but at the end of the day, they will just pick up the clean 2-1, nothing to see here, up against Bro. Eventually, maybe not right now, but looks like we're heading in that direction, guys.
Nobody comes out unscathed.
Yeah, exactly. As now we're looking for the Gnar here once again, but Youngjae just unfortunately not that tanky. He's only got Warmogs. And Eliandres is a lot of damage just coming out, actually, from the 80 carries of Bro, but I feel like the wallets are just too heavy as now Faker gets into that backline, and Karis eventually will be taken down by the Gnar. And here comes Zeus bouncing over that wall. The knockup will miss, but yeah, I'm just going to throw an ult into the wind. Why not? That's what I would do.
It's a revitalized Brion, but it just isn't enough. T1, in the end, rely on their team fighting. Faker might die. I don't think it matters.
He's baiting them in. Samver just going to open up the curtains and immediately gets flashed on by Zeus. He's like, how dare you open the curtains against us? And it's not going to happen. We'll keep that room in darkness for now. Down will go the Nexus, and T1, they get it done. It wasn't easy. It wasn't clean, but they will win the series up against Bro tonight. It's a win at the end of the day, and Zeus gets the most damage by far on his Gnar.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Dear for the POG interview translation, joined by Faker and Zeus on the side of T1, who just scored a 2-1 against OK Savings Bank Brion. Congratulations! Thank you. Zeus, after winning the Esports World Cup Championship in Saudi Arabia, you secured a match win today. How do you feel? After winning the title, hasn't been a while, and we have our spirits up right now, and I think we do believe that today was a really good place. Although the jet lag was quite rough on us, I'm just really glad that we were able to secure today's victory. And Faker, I have never played a match right after landing, so it wasn't a very satisfactory game. And in game 2, yeah, we were looking very, very shaky, and we had a pretty funny instance, but I hope that in the next match we can come back even stronger and more solid. Zeus, since you got to play in the patch 14.13 ahead of time and played on LAN against the other regions, what was the key factor of today's match? So just from being able to play ahead of time, I feel like top has a lot of leverage and impact in the game. And I just try to make sure that I am able to sort of contribute a lot to the match. And Faker, you pulled an amazing Tristana gameplay. And Tristana Corki matchup is a pretty hot matchup lately. And as a veteran who has experience in this matchup, what's the core of this matchup? Yeah, it's a pretty common matchup, and I'm sure that a lot of players, they have their each and own proficiency, and everyone has their own style playing this matchup. And I think what really matters is their experience and proficiency on the champions. And Faker in game 1, with a huge gap, you closed out the game convincingly. And even after giving 4 Drakes away, you ended the game with just 1 Baron fight. So what were your thoughts on the objectives? The very early game in game 1, rather than playing around the objectives, I think we just tried to snowball off of team fights. And I think game 1 really went the way we wanted, which was great. And with your POG today, Faker, you have reached 400 POG points. And it looks like the Royal Mid has infiltrated a pack of junglers in the standings. So what are your thoughts? Mid is not considered royalty anymore. I feel like royalty is really just junglers, and being able to be a part of the pack is such an honor. And Zeus. So it looks like not a single top laner is in the top of the POG standings. So what are your thoughts? I feel like in order for a top laner to get POG, you need to fulfill a lot of conditions. But with the meta shifting, towards the top, being able to sort of tank everything and be the wall of the team. I think I'm just really thankful. Thank you, guys. And without knowing the enemy top pick, T1 blind picked Gnar after the Sejuani and Talia comp. So what compositional synergy were you looking for? Since we had a Talia, I think we were able to go for a pick that can really pressure side lanes. And I don't think Gnar is a really a champion that actually gets countered or anything, so I think that's why I went for that pick. And Zeus, you created a big gap and led the team to victory in the Jax versus Gnar matchup. And even with a fed Gnar, the enemy Tristana remained as a big threat, so what was the game plan? I feel like the pick itself actually really depends on how the team is doing. And since the Tristana got a lot of kills, I think, given that I was pretty confident with the 1v1, I tried to pressure the side lane as much as possible. And now your next opponent will be Hana Life Esports. What are your resolutions? Baker? Hana Life Esports match will be very important to us. And since we have about 2 days of time to practice, we'll make sure that we can bring us a satisfactory match. And Zeus, Hana Life Esports is a strong team. And their top laner, Dundun, is quite strong and they're reliable, so I want to be as reliable as him. And that's the end of the interview from Baker and Zeus from T1, and back to the space. Thank you.